what a beautiful life I'm in. All that I've got is all that I need. I got you, baby, you got me. What more could I ask for? Beautiful life. Beautiful life. Beautiful life.
Welcome. This is the Real Charlemagne. Welcome back to Brick City. Today is the Father's Day show. I appreciate you guys tuning in. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my father, Johnny Fox, up in the DMV. I love you. Appreciate you taking care of me all through these years. And hey, I'm still kicking at 44, so you must have done something right. And I appreciate you. And also I want to give a shout out to my mother at That's Good Chocolate. It might be too late to make them orders, but be sure to reach out to her to give some post Father's Day chocolates and all those sorts of things. So feel free to reach out to her. Also, give a shout out to all the fathers out there. I know it's we the most undeserved people who are out there, because like I said, a lot of people want us to be, statues and figureheads, and like we don't have no emotions. But hey, shout out to all the fathers out there that's doing what they're supposed to do. All right, here we go. We got my spiritual leader and my leader early in life, my cousin, Pastor James Whitfield. How you doing out there?
Man, I'm doing great. I hope you are.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Pastor James Whitfield. I'm the pastor of Divine Covenant Christian Church in Greenville, North Carolina. I'm just grateful to be on this broadcast this afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. Thank you for the invite.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just encouraged to be a part of this weekend conversation. A shout out to all the fathers, especially the fathers at Divine Covenant.
I appreciate it. Now, speaking of being a father, how many biological, and then how many? Look, I know you done picked up some adopted kids along the way. So tell us a little bit about your family dynamics.
Yes, I'm the biological father of one daughter, and I'm the father of many young men.
Mm-hmm.
I have a loving godson who, has my heart, at 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoy him and hanging with him and just trying to be a mentor in his life, a father in his life, that he'll grow up and be a powerful man in the community.
Right. I think that's what we all striving for. In my early years, I know you gave me a lot of guidance. My father was always in my life, but it's kind of hard to raise a young man, from a few miles away. He lived in another state, and you and a few other gentlemen, you guys also gave, you mentored me in a sense, indirectly. You didn't know you was doing it, but you was doing
it. Right.
And I appreciate that, because it gave me a good foundation for, to rear my children,
Yes, sir.
And I'm a father of 6. So, hey, I got 5 biological, and I took on responsibility for another one. So,
Yes, sir.
You and some other gentlemen, family members, it's too many to name, just so many people in the community that I could thank to allow me and being in their presence. Because, back then, man, it's like, a lot of times, you guys, instead of kicking us away, sometimes y'all let us say, hey, y'all hang around to see what's going on. And I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Yeah. So, with Divine Covenant, tell us a little bit about your ministry.
Divine Covenant is a non-denominational ministry. One of our goals is to build stronger men in our community. That's one of my mottos, to just believe that every male can be somebody. powerful in the community. You know, I enjoy hanging out with young, older men, as well as the young men, you know, because it takes a village to raise a man, you know. We start out as boys, but we eventually grow up to be men.
Right, right. Yeah. And that's why I definitely latched on and took off with you guys, because like I said, it's like just the mentorship, just the camaraderie that we have, in that church is unbelievable. We could cut up together, we could inspire each other, we could pray
Yes, sir.
together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yes,
a
sir.
mixture, and
Yes, sir.
that's one thing that I've been grateful for, and one thing that you have definitely instilled in all of us men that's involved in the church. And ladies, we have strong ladies in our church as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No doubt. No doubt.
And look, so don't think y'all left out,
Yes,
because
sir. No doubt.
what's the old saying? Behind every strong man is a strong woman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. No
yeah.
doubt.
So with I know we trying, we post COVID. Well, we're still in COVID now, but
Hmm.
just trying to get back to the normalcy. What are some things you hope to bring to the community, uh being, as a mentor, as a father figure for others? What are some things you want to bring to the community to help the community out?
One of the things that I always desire to bring to the community is um, a place where a young man can come and just sit at the feet of an older man and just share his heart without being judged, without being stoned,
Hmm.
but to be able to say, hey, I can come here
Hmm.
and I can discuss my issues, and I'm not going to be judged, but I'm going to be challenged and
Right,
loved.
right. And do you think that's some things that we're lacking right now? Discipline and judgment. Is that Do we have less discipline and more judgment in our community now? Do you feel that way?
Yes, I feel that we have um, I feel that we have to learn to bring balance.
Hmm.
There's a time when you have to um, there's a time when you have to not necessarily judge, but there's a time that you have to show discipline. But
Right,
in the same token, there's a way that you can show discipline and correction without um, beating a young person up.
right.
Um, and my thought would be um, building a relationship of trust.
Hmm.
I think that's something that you and I built in your younger age, where
Right.
you had someone where you could come and just talk to, and um, the family trusted
Hmm.
you around me, or trusted you to confide in me.
Right.
And there probably was a lot of times that you and I talked in confidentiality.
Hmm.
And so I believe one of the biggest things we need to do is to first build relationships with younger guys.
Hmm.
As we build relationships with them, then they begin to trust us.
Right.
And when they having these challenges or in situations in their life, because they have built a relationship with us, then they trust us to come to us for
Right.
advice, instead of feeling like if they come to us, we're gonna judge them or beat them down instead of encouraging them that they can do better.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense because, growing up, you know, us as boys, and me and myself, grandmother, living with my grandmother, took advantage of a lot of situations with her work schedule, just being a child, being an
Right.
adolescent. But, I know a lot of times you would not chastise me, but say, hey, sometimes, make sure you're in the house at a decent time. Listen to your elders, listen to listen to people in,
Yes, sir.
in the area. Even, when I was playing sports, you were always, constantly, hey, listen to your coaches. And you was always at the games.
Right.
And that, like I said, that meant a lot to have, that support, through the years. And I know you just didn't do it for me, you did it for other guys in our community as well, because I
Yes, sir.
know, just your name alone, a lot of people recognize that name, so
Right.
that means a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so let's talk about your daughter. So you have
Hmm.
one daughter. How old were you when you had Miss what Danielle now? How old was when you had
Danielle,
Danielle?
how old was I when? Let's see, 22.
22.
I
Okay.
think 22.
So you was
I
fairly
think,
young. So how
yeah,
how was that being a young parent in the what was that early? That was like the mid 80s.
85.
Mm-hmm.
85. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Mary, also. Shout out to her.
Uh-huh.
But if I must be honest, um, Ashley, Danielle, she kind of came into the world and probably changed some of my directions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, she I came to the point that when she was born, that it was no longer about me, but I had a responsibility.
Right.
And so there probably was some things that where I didn't think about doing.
Mm-hmm.
I just did it.
Right.
I took her into consideration because I'm gonna say something that's, and you can attest to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it took two to have a child,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's going to take both parents
Mm-hmm.
to raise the child.
Right. Right.
And so
Exactly.
therefore I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I grew from being a young boy
Mm-hmm.
to a young boy with a child.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have to grow up and be a man.
Right.
Um, take care of my responsibility. And she brought this thing of balance to my life.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful young lady.
Right.
Um, grateful for her, but she was the turning point in my life.
Right.
Because I think I can say this. Um, it takes a man
Mm-hmm.
to hang around and be a father
Mm-hmm.
when you're not prepared for it.
Right. I totally agree.
Um,
I totally agree with that.
I I respect you have blessed my life.
Oh wow.
Um, to see what you have done
Mm-hmm.
and to see how close you are to all your kids.
Right.
I learned a lot from you
Mm-hmm.
That you probably would never know.
Oh, wow. That's a shock.
I learned a lot. As far
Wow.
as fatherhood,
Mm-hmm.
you helped me in some areas of fatherhood that I failed in.
Okay.
But you helped me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to correct some things that I failed in
Mm.
by
Wow.
being in relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that this is about father, but I must say this. You're the father
Mm-hmm.
that most kids would want to have.
Wow. That's deep.
And and this is not strip
Right.
radio land.
Yeah, I know this is organic. This
This
straight
yeah,
from the hip
this
pocket.
straight talk.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate it.
so, with Ashley, um, she turned out to be a great young lady.
Yeah, awesome.
But you taught me some principles.
Wow.
So it a younger man
Mm-hmm.
can teach an old father how to
Right.
do things different and better.
Wow. Yeah. That's hey, that right there, people. That's that right there. They hit me a little bit. But look, I think I just I was just given those cards, man, and I didn't let those cards stop me, from doing
Right,
what I need to do because I knew it wasn't their fault to be here.
right,
It was my actions. You know what I mean?
right,
Regardless of what, who, when, and where, how
right,
it happened.
right, 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 right.
And like I said, my thing was from day one that they were here to take responsibility for that.
Yes, sir.
Um, I had a great support system. I must
Yes,
say.
sir.
Um, Financially, no, I wasn't capable of taking care of no kid, but my presence was there. Anytime I
Yes, sir.
walk off the football field, anytime I walk off the basketball court, them kids on my arms.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a thing. It was like, hey, that y'all gonna be together, y'all brothers and sisters. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
that
Yes, sir.
was it. But yeah, man, I appreciate those words, man, because that, like I said, that's touching, and to know that you can still learn and humble yourself. Some people, and that's so I said, us as men,
Hmm.
sometimes we have to humble ourselves
Yes, sir.
to other men because it's like,
Yes, sir.
and it's not a power struggle amongst. Whenever we go somewhere, I notice whenever we go take a trip,
Yes, sir.
people be like, "Man, y'all have so much fun."
Right, right.
But it's like it's not, it's not a persona. We genuinely enjoy fellowship of other guys because we understand without judgment what's going on in other households, and we embrace that we
Each
all
other.
look, but we all are not perfect.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We
sir.
embrace our
Yes, sir.
purpose.
No doubt. No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt.
So with that being said, Pastor Whitfield,
Yes, sir.
what words do you give to a young father out there? Um, First kid, him and his lady, they're not together anymore. What would you give to that person? And then I'm gonna come back with another question.
Wow. What would I give to that person?
What
What
words of encouragement?
information?
Mm-hmm,
What information would I give to that person?
mm-hmm,
Whatever going on between you and the mom,
mm-hmm.
settle your difference because it's bigger than the both of you.
I totally agree.
It's about the child. It's about the child welfare,
Mm-hmm.
the child being in the best environment
Right.
that he or she could be in.
Mm-hmm.
It's about learning to raise your child together. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Keith,
Mm-hmm.
and you know this, a child. It's good if a child is raised in the house with his or her parents, both
Right.
parents.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that's not life.
Exactly.
So if they're not raised in the same house together with
Mm-hmm.
both parents, then there should be an agreement
Right.
that we both have the same concern, genuine concern
Right.
for our child,
Exactly. I totally
because
agree
that
with that.
child can feel the love
Right.
from both parents, and that child can feel the
Mm-hmm.
tension.
Exactly.
And they're not here because of what they did.
Right.
They're here because of what we did.
Exactly. Exactly. I totally agree with that. And like I said, shouts out to my kids' mothers. Once we
Yes, sir.
came to that agreement and
Yes, sir.
understanding, oh my goodness, just the co-parenting made
Hmm.
life a lot easier once you
Yes,
got
sir.
past that. I mean, like I said, anytime you in a relationship or you in a situation, it hurts. It hurts when you break up.
No doubt.
But like I said, it's getting past that hurt and understanding, like you said, you have a larger responsibility
Hmm.
to handle
Yes, sir.
to move on.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
so to a married couple out there, a young father married with his lady, they've been together for a while. What do you suggest as far as that new body into your household? What do you suggest to that male to handle that situation with? Look, she used to getting all the attention. Now you got the extra look, the extra body in the house. How do you address that male, dealing with the new bundle of joy plus dealing with his spouse at home?
Keith, only thing I can suggest to him is to learn to be balanced,
Right.
to understand that both people need your attention, and to
Mm-hmm.
learn to bring balance to the both, because it's a new experience
Mm-hmm.
for the both of you.
Right.
So together you have to communicate
Mm-hmm.
more towards each other need.
Right.
Um, you you have to know when it's time to take that bundle of joy and give her a break,
Right.
and that's just bringing balance and learning to observe. Can I say this?
Okay.
Observe your home as headship.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to observe your home and see what's needed
Right.
at what time.
Mm-hmm.
Do the baby need to be taken
Right.
right now? You know, I hope I answered your question.
Oh yeah. like I said, that's good info, because I think that's what people lack. They lack that balance. Is just as people, we see new things. We tend to gravitate to new things, but don't
Mm-hmm.
forget that you still have someone that is still your responsibility in life,
Yes, sir.
which is your spouse.
Yes, sir.
I think some people, and like I said, it's about balance. I've been guilty. I let my kids consume a lot of my time because they were athletes. They was academically, accelerated. So, sometimes but like I said, at some moments, back then, when I was with my spouse, it was like like I said, we would take breaks and do things to break that cycle, that monotony. We would go
Yes,
to a
sir.
comedy
Yes,
show,
sir.
things like that.
Yes, sir.
So I
Yes, sir.
encourage you brothers out there, remember date night.
Yes, sir.
Look, find
Please
somebody
remember
that you
date
can
night.
trust for a couple of hours with your child. Look, I know you don't like, but look, you got a cousin, a sister, aunt, or somebody.
Hey, Keith,
hmm
truth be told, you need to figure out a way to have date night at least one night out of the week,
Right.
if the truth be told.
Yeah. Well, we cut a little short up on time, Pastor, but I know we got about 2 or 3 minutes. Just give your church information again. And if someone want to reach out to you, just let them know what platforms you are on. If you have an email address, just just post that, just in case someone want to reach out to you. If you have, like, they want to have a speaking engagement, or even they have interest in, the ministry.
Yes,
Just
sir.
give that information real quick.
Yes, sir. Divine Covenant Christian Church, 106 Oakmont Drive, Greenville, North Carolina. You can find us at divineccc.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find us on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And on our church website page, there's a number where you can locate us.
Okay.
And if you need to contact me, you can contact me through emails at jaws, JAWS 0963 @yahoo.com.
Got you. Hey, Pastor Whitfield, we gotta get you up to date, man. We gotta get you off that Yahoo, man. Get you.
Oh man, help me, man. Help me, man. Help me.
Hey, look, we had to crack a joke, but
Yes,
man,
sir.
look,
Yes, sir.
hey,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man. Before
Yes,
I
sir.
leave, I want to give a shout out, like you said, to all the brothers out there, the Deacon Burrs, Deacon Connie. Hey, them guys, they hold it down. I want to give a shout out also to the other fellas in the church, and also, the last but not least, my son, Tyrese. This is his first Father's Day,
Yes, sir.
first of many. And also my son-in-law Fred. Hey, he a father of 6, and man, he does an awesome job with taking care of my daughter and my grandkids. And I just want to give a shout out to them. And Uncle Dave and Grandfather Pearlie, all those guys, man.
Yes,
My
sir.
Uncle my grandfather Benjamin, Grandfather Joe, and like I said, shout out to my father again. Like I said, I appreciate you, Pastor Whitfield. And until we meet again, hey, this is Brick City signing off. The Real Charlemagne. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Dear son, look in your eyes and see my own. You look in my eyes and see my throne. Many times I tried to talk to you, explain to you. See, it didn't mean a thing to you. Love you, but right now I wanna bite you. Wanna give you a hug, but I might bite you. Be a man about it, we can admit when we're wrong. Come on, get off that kid you are. You done paid attention, you done saw it coming, but you a man looking through the eyes of a woman. Always gonna love your mama, we just drifted apart. My kids, you're my heart, and you got more brothers and sisters, it's cause I got more kids, and hey, it's just what it is. You're the oldest, I've known you longer, but I don't love them less. Had to get that off my chest, and I don't know what you thought about my use of drugs, but it taught you enough to not use the drugs. When you were a kid, you played with toys, okay, but you a man. put them toys away. What I'm saying is stop thinking like a child, cause what if it's when I'm gone that you realize you're wrong, that we could have been best of friends all along.